Hello everybody, I'm Ernest. Today I'm at the Bandera Cemetery in Bandera, Texas. Just reading this sign here. I don't know if you want to pause it and read it, but it's a pretty interesting story. This cemetery has been around since 1850s. The earliest date of burial here is 1851. Another interesting story was this was the land of a freed American African who served in the Texas Revolution as a spy. Hendricks Arnold was his name, I believe. I hope I'm not saying that wrong, but this was his land. And then over years, the transactions, and then it became the cemetery here in Bandera. I'm out on the Victory Cross Country today. As you probably saw my earlier videos this week or last week, I was in Colorado and did a lot of riding in Colorado on some rented Harleys. And although those Harleys were very nice, I'm very glad to be back on my Victory. I can honestly say that I got a great bike for the price, and I don't see it going anytime soon now. So it's a hot day in Bandera. I'm under this cedar tree which grows rampant out here in the hill country. This is the Texas hill country. Standing next to a plot here, Timon. So you got 1816 to 1881 Maria Metzler, is that pronounced right? I can't pronounce nothing, guys, so just remember that. 1826 to 1865. That's one of the first plots you see when you come into the cemetery. I see this part of the cemetery seems to be newer than this part. These parts here, the stones look to be very aged. This one says April 5th, 1884, in memory of. So I'm thinking this was a newborn, a baby. Not sure. But I thought that sign said it was the earliest ones were 1851. Here's a mother and father. These were people that roamed the earth and were served their time. This gentleman here, Henry White, Private 19th Brigade, Texas Military Confederate State Army, 1839 to 1880. I guess that's the years he lived. Confederate soldier buried here. I also saw that there were some other soldiers that were from the Mexican-American War too, are buried here. 1845 to 1879. And I'm just here at the entrance of the church. Another military man, Private 25th Regiment, Texas Cavalry, Confederate State Army, 1822 to 1882. Another Confederate, and evidently looked like he was a Mason also. I think that's the Mason symbol, isn't it? I'm not really versed in it, but that's what it looks like to me. Here's an old one. It's raised, or not really sure. It's been a while. It's been abandoned. There's signs of like there was flowers at one time. And I guess the people that were watching this one has gone into the ages of time too. It has inscription on it, but I can't really read it. And there's a lot of graves here to read, so you know, I I've only done two. Well, this would be my second cemetery blog, and I just really like to walk through the old ones, like that one that there's another video that I shot of a cemetery, and just reading the headstones. It's part of history. Can't Texas State Troop Porter Chipman, 1844 to 1868. H. Chipman, Texas Sergeant, Texas State Confederate Army, 1842 to 1875. Alice, daughter of O.D.M.M. Johnson, 1866 to 1867. So this is a newborn. There was a lot of newborns didn't make it in those days. But I'm just going to walk through the old part of town. Bandera is a small town. I don't know what the population is. I'm going to say 1,500, 2,000 maybe. But don't hold me to that. You'd have to Google it. It's Bandera, Texas. Wow, a lot of Confederates. This one even goes as far as having the Confederate symbol on his grave. Let me read that. What does that say? It says Order of Stars and Bars. Military Order of Stars and Bars. He has a fairly recent marker placed on his grave. I wonder who he was, why this guy gets more recognition in memory of Arthur Pure Jr., born 1834 to 1880. These are more recent, 1966. There's one of 2000. So there's a lot of old and new over here, kind of. You can see the newer headstones, 1925 to 1941. Very unique one. H died in 1887. There's his name. So well kept cemetery. I like it when a town or a community takes care of its cemeteries. Just says a lot about its people, and they're respecting their past and their loved ones. Mary, beloved wife of Sam Stephen, born in 1858, 1898. This woman was well loved by her husband, or he was a wealthy man. Either way. 1860 to 1913. These people were born and died way before I was born. Just passing through time, just like the rest of us. Della Cheney Gethern, wife of John Catherine, which is this guy here, Gone with God. Rangoon, Rome. That's where he was born. Rangoon, B-U-R-M-A, B-U-R-M-A, in 1868. And then in Garrison, New York, in 1939. Wait a minute, are these two different people? Garrison and... Okay, I'm kind of confused there. Brownsville, Tennessee, May 24, 1968. Garrison, New York, 1958. Well, I could go on and on here, and it's gonna get hot, and I don't want to be riding when it's 102. I don't know what it is right now. It's probably 92 degrees or so. But just thought I'd let you know about this cemetery, and it goes on and on. I don't know how many acres it is. I'm assuming at least 10 or more acres, and it's full. It's not an empty spot, or much of empty spots. Plenty of room here still. 1904. They don't make gravestones like they used to. I guess the price of labor and all that has gone up so high that these stones are just too expensive for most of us to afford or even to bother with. I'm just gonna walk through and let you hear the sounds and do your own reading of all these people. Some of them headstones tell you a story. There's a lonesome dove, cuckoos. Rest in peace, brothers and sisters.